Well, hey, y'all, it's Crystal Hunsucker. Happy Magnanimous Monday. Welcome to your $1 Million Message. Well, if you have not heard the exciting news, dun, 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 our brand new mascara is available early for you to be able to order right now. So I would be pre-sailing. I would be ordering those like crazy. It's such an affordable item to get a whole bunch of them on stock and sell them in a day. I mean, this is the easiest sell ever that you will have. And so take advantage of it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that though, but make sure, find some good before and afters on from your sales director or on social media. They're out there. It is such a great product. So excited. But I had the best message at church, and I just had to share it with you guys. We're in a series called Make Your Move. It's time to take bold, faith-filled action toward the life God has called you to live. And just want to share some takeaways from that. But before I do, congrats to the two winners, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs, for making it to the Super Bowl. It has been a total blast watching all the football that's been going on. My goodness, what an exciting, fun football season. But, okay, so set that aside. If you don't love football, you're like, what is she doing? If you do love football, you're like, I get her. So, today really our Pastor Chris, was just really talking about, 5 years from now, are you going to look and wish you would have done something different? Or are you going to be proud of where you're at? And so it really got me looking at where I was 5 years ago and decisions that I've made and the life and where I sit. And things aren't perfect. Things aren't exactly where I'd want them to be, but gosh, I sure love my life. And 5 years ago, right now, I had a teeny tiny little baby. I had Beckham, and he was a newborn. And, just looking at, and I guess not newborn, but a new baby, and just looking at that and where we are at now and the surrender that I had to do in these years, because Beckham was a different child than Boone, and parenting and having that discernment and listening to the voice of God and what I needed to do and what I didn't need to do and what I needed to work on and what I didn't need to work on. And without going into too much detail, I mean, you have got to just get quiet with the Lord and trust that He's going to direct what you're supposed to do, and ultimately asking yourself some questions, 5 years from now. And the life you want tomorrow starts with decisions that you make today. So sometimes that step of faith that we might be avoiding, it's going to unlock the future you thought staying would bring. Oh, let me say that one again. Sometimes the step of faith you're avoiding will unlock the future you thought staying where you're at would bring you. So basically, this is a moment. We are in a moment of stepping out, and what is it that God is asking you to do? We're all going to hear this message different. So you have to say your name. So I'm going to say Crystal. Crystal, what is God asking me to do? Not what you're supposed to do, not what Callie's supposed to do, or Amber, or Kristen, or Tiffany. It's what am I supposed to do? What is my step out? And a ship in a harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are made for. And so in Genesis 12:1, the Lord said to Abram, leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land, and I'm going to show you. He told Abram to leave and go. God is stirring something in you. I really, truly believe it. And I think sometimes things looking impossible, that makes it hard for us to just believe, to take that step of faith, and then everything will change. Nothing can change until we take that step. And let's get a little cheesy and silly for a minute, but what if selling mascaras today could be a step of faith? You know what I mean, though? Like, just being obedient to taking action. And what is going to happen if you don't take the step? I mean, God is giving you a promise just like He gave Abram a promise. And to step into your future, you may need to step out of your security. And we're changed not by our promises to God, but by believing his promises to us. Have you ever made one of those selfish promises like, oh, God, if fill in the blank, if you'll give me fill in the blank, I'll never do so-and-so again, or I will do so-and-so forever, or whatever. Have we ever done that? I know I'm raising my hand completely and totally. But you know what? Here's the thing. If you don't obey and you don't listen to this message today of what God wants to do for you, and you don't take the action, whatever that action is, I don't know where you're at in your life. I don't know how you're hearing this message. But if you continue to not just do your faith piece of this walk, there is going to be negative consequences if you stay. And let's just be clear, that's what I like to call healthy fear. That is a good thing. Healthy fear is what some of us need. We need to have a healthy fear of something negative is going to happen if I keep staying here. And sometimes the step of faith you're avoiding will unlock the future you thought that staying right where you're at would give you. So, we don't know what we're missing out on, but God does know. But all we have to do is obey. And I want you to ask yourself 2 questions and ponder on these. Take the time. What story does God want you to tell 5 years from now? And what step of faith is God calling you to take? Because as you step into your future, you may need to step out of that security. And what step of faith is God calling you to take? What is it? What step of faith is God calling you to take? God, what are you saying to me? I mean, I am truly and honestly asking myself that question in this season, like what is my next? What is my next step? And we have to do something hard, because to go someplace, you got to leave where you are. And God's going to use this moment in your life. And what is next? It's going to be something you have never done before. You're going to move forward strongly. So if you refuse the step of faith, you're going to miss out. To go somewhere new, you have to leave something behind. But let's be clear, this is not a message. Don't be stupid. Use wisdom and prayer and faith. This is not a message to say, go, tell your husband, oh, I heard this message and I'm leaving, or, oh, I'm going to quit my job today. No, be wise, but still listen to God. What step of faith is God calling you to do? I hope that making your move and really thinking about the 2 questions, what story does God want you to tell 5 years from now? And what step of faith is God calling you to take? I hope you will ponder those questions and you are going to be spoken to like never before. And I cannot wait to hear what steps you take, where you are headed, regardless. Maybe it's as a mom. Maybe it's, maybe it's about a house and moving, or moving cities. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's with your kids. Maybe it's with a friendship in your relationships. Whatever it is, though, I am believing and truly, truly prophesying over you that your next is best. Raise your hands in the air so I can bless you. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face to shine upon you. May you know that if God is for you, who can be against you? If God is on your side, whom shall you fear? May you be like a tree that is planted by rivers of living water, that your leaf will not wither. And whatsoever you do, say it with me, it shall prosper. Happy Magnanimous Monday, and finish January strong, and go sell a gazillion mascaras. Get them ordered so that you can hand them out. Bye, you guys. Have a great day.